Hey everybody, Rob here at etrailer.Com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Roadmaster high-low adapter for 2-inch hitches. Now this one is going to feature either a 2-inch rise or a drop. Now it's important to know if you need a high-low adapter whenever you're flat towing a vehicle, because whenever we want to make sure that our tow bar is going to be as level as possible. Now every tow bar manufacturer is going to have their own specifications, but typically you have a 3-inch safe zone. So if we come from our receiver tube, our base plate can be either 3 inches higher or lower than our receiver tube on our motorhome. That way we know that our base plate and our tow bar is going to be nice and level when we're going down the road. Because if we get too much of an angle either going up or down, it ends up causing a lot of stress on the tow bar, not to mention the front suspension on our towed vehicle. So we'll show you how to measure and figure out if you need a high-low adapter. So the first thing you want to do is you want to park your motorhome on a nice flat level surface. And we can take a tape measure, and we're going to measure from the ground right to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening. Now on ours, we're getting right about 18.5 inches. So we either need to write that measurement down or remember it. Then we can find our towed vehicle, and again, park on a nice flat level surface. Then we want to come to our base plate, and we're going to measure right to the center of the attachment point. So again, right from the ground to the center of the attachment point. On ours, we're looking right about 15.5 inches. So there is right at 3 inches of difference there. Now it's still within that safe zone, but we're getting right on the edge of it, so that 2-inch adapter will help us out a lot. Getting your high-low adapter in place and using it is extremely easy. It's just going to go into your receiver tube just like any other accessory. But since our motorhome is higher than our base plate attachment point, we want to put it in the drop position. If your base plate is higher than your motorhome, you'd put it in the rise position. So we'll just line up our pinholes, line it up with the pinholes on our hitch. One thing you do want to keep in mind is it's not going to come with a pin and clip or any kind of locking device, so you want to make sure you do provide your own. It is going to accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip, or again, you can use a locking device to make sure everything's nice and secure. But with that in place, we can just put our tow bar in and finish hooking everything else up. But now that we have our tow bar hooked up, you can see that it's sitting almost perfectly level. Even just looking at it, there's no angle to it, so we can rest assured that we're going to be towing down the road nice and safely, and we're not putting any kind of extreme stress on either our tow bar or our front suspension. There are a few things you need to keep in mind with the high-low adapter. You can clearly see that we're adding this space to the back of the receiver tube, which isn't a bad thing because it does make it a little bit easier to drive with the towed vehicle behind you with a little bit of extra distance. But when your safety cables go to hook up, you may find that they're a little bit too short and you need an extension. Also, you want to make sure that the high-low adapter is going to be rated high enough for not only the tow bar, but whatever your vehicle weighs. This one right here is going to be rated at 6,000 pounds, which is more than enough for our towed vehicle, and it actually matches our tow bar. Our Roadmaster high-low adapter is going to work with 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tubes and either give us a 2-inch drop or rise, and then give us another 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube. That way we can put our tow bar into it. Now the high-low adapter is specifically designed to take up that space whenever you're flat towing a vehicle, and it is not recommended to use to tow a trailer with. With all that being said, I'm Rob again, here at etrailer.com, and that'll finish up your look at the Roadmaster high-low adapter for 2-inch by 2-inch receiver hitches.